Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Legal Tender. I'm back in the building. I'm back in the vault. Uh, I did some research, so I pulled out some notes to make a new video. So, when it's all said and done, I'm really a novice numismatician. I just really love paper currency, and I just want to share my overall love of paper currency with the masses. So, with that being said, thank you for rocking with me. Thank you for rocking with the channel. If you're a fan of paper currency, every Tuesday is Legal Tender Tuesday. And every week I will be speaking about something new regarding paper currency and numismatics. So with that being said, I'm going to speak about two positions that are very important and vital to the United States monetary system. All right. And what I'll be speaking about is the Treasury of the United States and the Secretary of Treasury and their roles and responsibilities. So let's get into it. All right. So the Treasurer of the United States is an official in the United States Department of Treasury who serves as custodian and trustee of the federal government's collateral assets and the supervisor of the department's currency and coinage production functions. So they pretty much manage the money. The current treasurer is Marlena Marleba, and she is the first Native American male or female to hold this position. So that's already a groundbreaking feat right there. The Secretary of Treasury is, so let's get into that part. Let's get into that role and position. So the United States Secretary of Treasury is the head of the United States Department of the Treasury and is the chief financial officer of the federal government of the United States. The Secretary of the Treasury serves as the principal advisor to the President of the United States on all matters pertaining to economic and fiscal policy. The Secretary is a statutory member of the Cabinet of the United States and is fifth in the presidential line of succession. And under the Appointments Clause of the United States Constitution, the office holder is nominated by the President of the United States and following a confirmation hearing before the Senate Committee on Finance is confirmed by the United States Senate. So that's a very important position, and they have to be thoroughly vetted. So first off, you're being recommended by the President of the United States, and then you have to be confirmed by the Senate in all matters that pertain to finance and fiscal matters. So with a position being that high up, like I said, they are fifth in the presidential chain of command. The Secretary of State, the Secretary of Treasury, the Secretary of Defense, and the Attorney General are generally regarded as the four most important cabinet officials due to the size and importance of their respective departments. And the current Secretary of Treasury is Janet Yellen. She is the first woman to ever hold that position in U.S. history. Again, another groundbreaking feat. So let's speak about the roles and responsibilities. The Treasurer is the depository officer of the United States with regards to deposits of gold, special drawing rights, and financial gifts to the Library of Congress. The Treasurer oversees the Bureau of Engraving and Printing and the U.S. Mint. Again, these two positions oversee U.S. money. The Treasurer liaises on a regular basis with the Federal Reserve. Federal law requires both signatures of Treasurer and Secretary and the Treasury Secretary for Federal Reserve notes to be considered legal tender. So you have to have the signature of both individuals for a note to be considered legal tender. The Treasurer serves as a senior advisor and representative of the Treasury Department on behalf of the Secretary. So, like I said, in regards to overall succession of command, the Treasurer of the Secretary is number 5. So here you got POTUS. Zoom in on that a little bit. All right, so you got the POTUS, the Vice President, the Speaker of the House, the Senate, Secretary of State, and number 5, Secretary of Treasury, because they manage all the money within the country. So that's a pretty high position. So they got to be up though. Like I said, Speaker, Vice President, Speaker of the House, Senate, Secretary of State, and then you have the Secretary of Treasury. So they up though. Going back for a second. All right, so creation. So the Department of Treasury was created on July 29th, 1775, long before the Department of Treasury ever existed. The Second Continental Congress established the Treasury Office to manage Revolutionary wartime finances. Congress chose George Clymore and Michael Hollingas as joint treasurers of the United Colonies. On August 6, 1776, Clymore resigned from his post, making Hollingas the sole incumbent. The position received its current name while he was in office, and that was on May 14th, 1777. The U.S. Treasury predates the United States Constitution. The treasurer was originally charged with the receipt and custody of all government funds independent of the Treasury Secretary. In 1939, the office of the treasurer and its cash management activities were brought under the direction of a broader fiscal service, one that coordinated government-wide accounting and debt management. In 1974, the cash management function was transferred from the Treasury to the Bureau of the Fiscal Service as a cost-saving measure. And the Bureau of Fiscal Services is another bureau under the umbrella of the Department of Treasury. All right, so oversight of the Bureau of Engraving and Printing in the United States Mint was assigned to the Treasurer in 1981. In 1994, the Treasurer was also named National Honorary Director of the U.S. Savings Bonds Campaign. Requirement of the United States Senate confirmation for the appointment was dropped in August 2012. All right, so they still have to be recommended by the president, but the confirmation through the Senate was dropped in August 2012. So let's speak about the number of treasurers and Secretary of Treasury. All right, so there have been 45 treasurers and 78 secretaries of treasury in our nation's history. Of all of the 45 treasurers, only 17 have been women. The first woman to ever serve as treasurer of the United States is Georgia Niece Clark Gray, an American actress and banker who served as the 29th treasurer of the United States from 1949 to 1953. The first African American woman was Azzie Taylor Morton. She served as treasurer of the United States during the Carter administration from September 12, 1977 until January 20th, 1981. She remains the only African American to hold that office, and she was the 36th treasurer of the United States. Like I said, the current Secretary of Treasury is Janet Yellen, and she was appointed in January 26, 2021, and still holds that position. She is currently the 78th United States Secretary of Treasury. And a fun fact is, so the first United States paper currency issued under the Biden administration will be the first ever U.S. note with the signatures of 2 women. And that was revealed on December 8th, 2022 at the Bureau of Engraving and Printing, Fort Worth, Texas facility. Janet Yellen is the first woman to be both the Treasury Secretary and the chair of the Federal Reserve. Look at that, groundbreaking. That's history being made right there. That's the first time ever two women will have their signature on any U.S. note ever. So these notes will be highly sought after. I'm definitely looking forward to getting my hands on a couple crisp notes as soon as I see them. All right, so let's speak about the position vacancy. So, Treasurer of the United States, the Treasurer of the United States was formed on May 14th, 1777, 245 years ago. The position has been vacant for a total of 5,028 days since its creation. The shortest vacancy was as little as 2 days, and the longest vacancy has been 927 days. The United States Secretary of Treasury position has always been occupied. And like I said, this will be the first time in U.S. history that the signature of two females will appear on any currency. And that would be of series year 2021. Let's see if I could zoom in. So it'll be series year 2021, and it will host the signature of both women. And that would be on the $1 note and on the $5 note. All notes except the $2 denomination will include both signatures and are on the Federal Reserve overall print order. So every denomination from 1, 5, 10, 20, 50, and 100 will have the signature of both females, but they just haven't been printed yet. The only denomination that won't have both signatures is the $2 denomination. So definitely looking forward to collecting those notes. To my knowledge, the $1 and the $5 note have already been printed, but the remaining denominations haven't been printed just yet, but they will be. Every note is up the $2 bill. So, like I say, I want to cover and speak about everything in the realm of numismatics and paper currency. And the Secretary of Treasury and the Treasurer of the United States are two very important positions that play an overall role in regards to the monetary system of the United States. All right, so that's all we got for this one. Like, comment, subscribe. If you like the information, if you like the content, let me know. Give me a thumbs up. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit the notification bell. Like I say, every Tuesday is Legal Tender Tuesday, and I will be putting out a new episode. So until next time, keep it legal, keep it tender. Talk to you soon.